Pleasant good afternoon to one and all. Those of you who are locked on, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you are looking at us on Facebook, you are looking at us on TikTok. I want to take this opportunity, my friends, those of you who are locked on, to welcome you to our program, Hardfacts, that is aired on Sentinel Media Broadcasting, a new sensation in media. My friends, again, I want to ask you to share this video and let people know what is taking place in our twin Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. My friends, I am your host, Imam Rasheed Karim. Our program, Hardfacts, is here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. We did some adjustment today simply because of the bad weather, number one, in this locality, and also because of a certain element that caused us to be here a bit later than the normal trend. So again, my friends, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you because today's program, I'm telling you, is going to be really and truly heated. I want to welcome my friend, my fellow activist, my brother, Premchand Baldev, and I want him to introduce himself again because I tell you something, our programs are really and truly hitting the airwaves, right? So we want you all, those of you who are locked on, again, we want you to accept our friendship. If we send it for you all outside there, and please do contribute to our program. The number is 740-3347. Listen to what we are discussing and feel free to join in our discussion and be part of our team on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. Prem?
Thank you, Imam. First of all, I would like to begin by saying Assalamu alaikum, namaste, good evening to each and every one, to our viewers and the various media platforms. Imam, outside we have a beautiful sunshine, we have a nice setting sun, the atmosphere is very cool in central Trinidad, and we are here on the program Hard Facts, where we discuss the realities of everyday living, where we discuss our future, where we discuss where our children are heading, where we discuss leadership and leadership qualities, Imam.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, go ahead. You go ahead.
So, we invite our viewers and to call us at the number 740-3347. Feel free to call in and express your views.
And maybe you can join with us. But again, before you all call us in studio, I just want to highlight maybe a few of the anomalies that is taking place presently in our beautiful country, Trinidad and Tobago. I cannot, and I don't know if my co-host on our program, Hardfacts, will be able to maybe stop talking about the tremendous hardship that is affecting citizenry of this country. And if you and I, those of you who are locked on here, those of you who are listening, this program, I'm saying this over and over. There are many, many TV shows like this, right? With similar contents and so forth, talking about politics, talking about infrastructure, talking about, relevant issues that could make changes. But there's a little different in our program. Our program is not to malign the character of none, okay? Because when we look at our own conduct, Prim, we look at our own selves, it is as though we are looking into a mirror. And whatever we portray, we should be seeing it within our own framework. And I believe that we should be the last to criticize or to condemn persons who might be trying, okay? But again, when it comes to the authority of the day, when it comes to the governance of the day, because I tell you something, this is not a joking matter, Prem. This is a serious, serious matter that is taking place in our country. When you that person or persons or group of people who are supposed to be handling the affairs of the people of Trinidad and Tobago in such a manner that people are going to be pleased with their actions, we would not be here criticizing. We would here, I tell you, I would be the first, and I have been doing that in our program. Karim could attest it. I have been the first when we highlight anomalies when it comes to the Shawanas Borough, when it comes to the other corporations in the country, and they listen to our plight, and they listen to the citizens' plight, and they try to do remedial work. We are the first here, not to criticize, but to show highest regards and highest respect, and show them that love, because they are listening to our program. But again, my friends, when you continuously and blatantly lend a deaf ear to the cries of the citizens of this country when it comes to crime, when it comes to murder, when it comes to robbery, and when it comes to so many different aspects of our daily living, when it comes to not controlling proper traffic, simple things like traffic guidelines, you know for a fact until it's Father's Day. Because my friends, those of you who are locked on, you're going to realize today, a person came to me and he said, it seems as though, Holy caller, it seems as though, my friends, it is something that has to be discussed, right? You can't wait until an incident occurs and then you put plan B.
We have to be proactive.
Exactly, and you don't wait until it. And that is what we are seeing today. Let me tell you something. The police service should be in their full forces, especially when people are going to the malls and all those places. And that has not been done. Call me and tell me it has been done. It has not been done, because if it has been done, you're going to see less traffic on the road. Because I tell you something. Let me tell you how the citizens of this country operate. Once there is police outside there, there's law and order.
Yes.
When there is no police, this one come out and block the thoroughfare. It doesn't care if the light is green or yellow or red. It has no concern to them. They want to go their way as fast as possible. And if they have to chuck in and they have to come in front and cause traffic and mayhem, they're going to do that. But if police presence is around the corner, they're going to be following the police advice. Let's say the caller. Caller, go ahead. Okay, now we're going to talk about politics. We're going to start with our program today. We're going to talk about politics of the day, because I tell you something, that is the most heated topic, especially when it comes to defection. Now, those of you who are current with our program, those of you who have been looking at our program, Prem, they're going to realize that I and you, both of us, we had discussion here, maybe 3 segments before this program. And we spoke about mass defection in the United National Congress. And today we are seeing it. We have seen 2 councillors. We have seen a past chairman of the youth arm. And now we have seen the CEO, the chief executive officer, when it comes to the economy of that legislation aspect of the United National Congress. That person, that individual who would have used his knowledge, his wisdom, his understanding of the economy and so forth to advise the political leader of the United National Congress. And today we are seeing that defection is taking place. And I'm telling you again, I am telling you again, what we are seeing, my friend Prem, and you could speak about it, we are seeing screening. When parties are screening, we are seeing, this jubilant, this atmosphere of jubilancy.
Imam, let me just butt in here.
Go ahead, Prem.
Okay?
Yeah.
I looked at a video of UNC screening candidates. Okay? Just recently. And it was a wine and jam, rum and roti, dance, frolicking, music, food, cooking, and listen, screening of candidates is serious business.
Exactly.
These are the people we are going to put up, we are going to vote for to run our local government affairs. Alright?
Yeah, exactly.
That is, the PNM, when screening is going on, it's like an exam going on in that atmosphere.
I'll tell you something, Prem. I will tell you something. And not only that, I'll tell you this. The PNM, as many people would have said in the past, and I would always beg to differ on that the PNM is a well-oiled machinery. Right? Many people would say that to me, and I will try to, deflect it simply because I am on the other side. And I would, right? Let's take the caller and then we continue. Go ahead, caller. Caller?
Hi, good day. Hi, Karim.
Good day.
How are you today?
All right, I'm fine, thank you.
I heard you were talking about the police service, and I just wanted to chime in and give in my 2 cents.
Feel free, my
you,
brother.
so when you look at the police service, right, you have a aging police service. But there look like there's a brain drain. Because there's no new ideas coming into the forefront to fight crime. Whereas technology is increasing and the bandits and criminal elements are advancing their game. We're not seeing any advancements made by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. That's one aspect of crime. The second aspect of crime is that if you look at the police service, presently, there are 2,300 plus police officers at the rank of constable applying for 900 vacancies to the rank of corporal. And according to a police officer, a reliable source, there has not been a promotional board in existence for more than 5 years. There is no program involved in training to train a constable to the rank of corporal or a corporal to the rank of sergeant. However, officers are getting acting and they are going higher and higher in the rank without having a baseline on what their duties and functions supposed to be.
Exactly what
In
we said.
any
Exactly what we said.
organization,
Exactly.
before someone is trained, especially in a paramilitary organization, you'd want to have persons who are capable, who has the capacity to supervise and to lead. The police service has a promotion method where they do an examination and an interview, both of which is subjective, because anybody could go and regurgitate all the information and say everything they want to say. However, they may lack the experience, the knowledge, and the ability to apply that theory into actual practice. And we are seeing it all around the police service. Because police officers, some behave in a manner that is not
Conducive, correct.
towards building communities, supporting communities, and fighting crime. Now, on the other hand, sir, when you think about it in that way, imagine a police officer who has been performing the duties of a corporal, acting as a corporal, because they say the police service is second to Hollywood because they have a number of actors, everybody acting. And
I like that one.
you working for 10 years plus as a corporal, performing their duties, and now there's a promotional exam in place, and you have to go in with everybody else to go through the same process of going through interview, even though you have been performing that duty for more than 10 years, 5 years. It's unfair and it demotivates police officers. You just talk about the traffic situation, sir, and I want to bring that to attention too. How many times people call the police station and they say there's no vehicles? And there are 700 plus vehicles somewhere in Komoto park up that they said it's unserviceable.
It need a battery.
But why can't these vehicles be repaired?
Like the corporation, like Shawana's Borough Corporation.
Instead of spending $20 million to buy about 5 or 6 vehicles, why you don't spend the same amount or fraction amount of that money to make somebody's vehicle roadworthy? And the test of that, sir, is recently when someone was arrested for having a police vehicle. It was a vehicle that someone took or stole, allegedly stole, and they repaired the vehicle and it was in immaculate condition. Why can't the same thing be done for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service? Don't do it?
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, we agree.
Okay, Kola. Thank you, Kola. That contribution there would really and truly make up part of our discussion that we are having here today. Those of you who are locked on, those of you who are watching our station, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, this is a station that we have established. The voiceless can have a voice. Now, that individual who just called there, I am certain that that person have some policing background, for sure.
I want to applaud that caller, Imam.
Yes. He has some policing background, because those facts is something that we brought up last week. You know something? I am happy that this program have been established and we are doing really good by people communicating with us. Our subscription mightn't be high as we expect. But again, when you look at our TikTok programs and when you look at our Facebook content and contents and so forth, you're going to realize that plenty of people are diving into it and they are making their comments. Now we are asking public outside there, if you, as a citizen of this country, you are seeing what is happening, and what really and truly is happening right now, my brothers and my sisters, and those of you who are locked on, when you look at the mass migration of entities from the United National Congress, we are seeing those things happening. It clearly gives us an indication that all is not well. All is not well, and you brought it up just a while ago. Screening is a serious business. I'll tell you something. There are people who I know who belong to the People's National Movement, okay? And I know those people, and I'm not going to discard those people. I'm not going to hate them. I'm not going to get angry with them. They are doing what they're supposed to be doing. We are doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm not going to get angry with them, because I tell you something, to you your way and to me my way, okay? Now, people are telling me this. I have been selected already. And they have been selected for areas like Shoguna's constituency areas. And they are WhatsApping me and telling me, Imam. Right, right. And they are doing that. Now, our people, our UNC people, they are still in the quandary, whether they're getting picked or not. Whether they are getting picked or not. And that is something, and that has been done, from my experience, that delayed reaction, taking too long to identify, and what they normally use as a measuring stick, that, if we hand out the announcement for candidates too early, people are going to be aggressive and so forth. You have to be brave. This is a political party that you have. This is not a chicken depot. This is not a shop. We have a caller. Let's take the caller. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. This is
Hardfacts.
the talk show.
Yeah, Hardfacts. Yes.
Hardfacts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. My contribution is we need to have somebody, a more strong leader in our party right now. We need to have strong leaders in our constituency. We have a lot of leaders just wasting our time, good time in our constituency. I love my party and I love everything about it. I love it from beginning to end. But we have people in this party that need to take a rest, go home, and give space to new blood, fresh blood,
Okay,
and
caller.
people with foresight.
Caller, I just want to
Yeah.
interject a bit. Tell me something. Now, we are hearing that call. What you're saying there is nothing that we have not heard before, asking that the political leader of the United National Congress should resign and give somebody else and so forth. But I will ask you something. Who do you think could really and truly shoulder the responsibility of becoming the political leader of the United National Congress at this present time? Who do you think?
At this present time,
Yeah.
I don't have a clue.
Okay. No
We
problem.
need
I like your
we-
honesty. I love your honesty. I love your honesty, brother. That is the way we are dealing with the
Yeah.
show. We are trying to get people on board the show so that they can be part and parcel of our moderation team and our communication team in the different. Thank you, caller. Karim?
Yeah, caller, is caller still here? Go
What?
on. Okay, yeah. Imam, speaking about leadership, the caller just mentioned about new blood, vibrancy in the UNC, and leadership and whatnot, right? Yeah. The general consensus is there appears to be a leadership problem within the UNC. All right? That is the talk on the ground, that is the talk on the airwaves, that is the talk here, there, everywhere.
No.
Why is this so?
No,
How has this become so? And since when has this become
No,
so?
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. I want to be real here,
Yeah.
right? I want to be very, very real. Now, people look at performance. If you have a business, right, and your prices are good and your service are good, people are going to patronize you, for sure. No two ways about it. Because when you look at sales in America and sales in different parts of the world, right? Amazon. You will see so many people shopping there. Why? Because service and price. Service and price and quality of goods, right? So those are the three hallmarks that we have to be looking at when we are selecting leaders. All right, we have a leader who many times people would say this, that she have lost 7 elections or 8 elections, as the case may be. And people are saying because of that, she should have already prepared herself to go and maybe take a sabbatical and realize, well, here what? I could use my time because I'm the leader, the political leader of United National Congress. She's not somebody who is stupid. Eh? Yes. She's a very intelligent person.
Prime Minister.
Yes. I am telling you this because I had the opportunity spending a lot of times with her. And I saw the emotions and the sentiments and those type of wisdom that she have. But again, that is not going to cut it when it comes to performance. Now, maybe if my political leader, I would call her my political leader still, my political leader had maybe some more health, because I know she's a little frail when it comes to her health. And maybe if she had good people, and listen carefully what I'm saying, good people, because I know for a fact that people use obscene language. They use obscene language against her on platform. And my friends, those very said people are the ones who is advising. How can they advise? How they can, in one moment, in one breath, in one time, they are using the worst language against you. You know, I wanted to ask the question to my friend Obika, right? What has changed? What has changed from last week to this week when it comes to economy of this country? Are there going to be a boom in the economy if the PM, and if that is the case, I want a defect too.
Yes,
I am telling you here today, those of you who are locked on and those of you who are watching here, if my friend Obika could tell me today that economy is going to change next week, I am going to shift the podium and I'm going to jump in and I'm going to align myself with Dr. Keith Rowley from next week.
For prosperity and growth of our
country. Once I see that there is changes that is going to take place within a short framework, my friend, what are you doing here?
Yeah, but Imam, there's a question that should be answered before you went into that, you know.
Go ahead.
The question is, why did Mr. Obika and other members of the UNC at this time of the year, when a local government election is close by, why are they defecting at this time?
I could tell you that, brother man,
right?
Being a businessman.
Yeah.
No, I tell you something. And those of you who are locked on, you feel free to call us. The number is 740-3347. Call us. We are talking about the political fire that is taking place when it comes to defection in the United National Congress. And I'm listening because I am still friends with all or many of those persons. Matters not, they have not chosen to call me in 2 years and 8 months to communicate with me via telephone call. Now, I had all grounds. Let me tell you all something. I had all grounds to defect. I was the Central Regional Coordinator, and I could have defected. But let me tell you something. I want party, I want responsibility, and I want changes to take place in a manner that is going to be on a level platform that everybody is going to be benefited by it. Not myself. I have gotten real opportunities to jump ship on many occasions. Okay, I was asked. I'm not making this up. I was asked. But the point here, my friends, is that if the ship is sinking, I have to go down because I will be part of that anomaly. You have a caller. Let's say the caller. Caller, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Karim. Good afternoon, Mr. Balde.
Good afternoon, dear.
Hello. Right. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Good. So I think we need proper governance in our country. We are not seeing that in either parties, the PNM or the UNC. I am a young person and I would consider myself, I have stopped voting because in both parties, I am not seeing what is true governance. Doing things for the country, it's all corrupted in the both sides. I am looking for that third entity party where I can see we have new brand people with integrity, and who will do things for the country. Our little country, Trinidad and Tobago, is supposed to be a little Dubai. We are not any little Dubai. We don't have enough money to even buy groceries.
I will give you a name for this country.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Sister, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution. You could stay on the line and communicate with us. Eh? Don't cut off. If you could stay on the line, listen to the contribution. I'm sure you're looking at us on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
We are online right now.
Right. So
my entire family is locked on.
Right.
And I must say, I know Mr. Balde very well, and he is a fighter for his community. He does a lot for the area, and he does it with his own will, just to see betterment for everyone in the area. I give kudos to him, Mr. Karim. You are also a warrior and a fighter too. And we need people like you who will do proper governance and do things for the country. Not go there and be corrupted and just mess the whole country up. And the middle class and poor people would always be the sufferers.
Thank you.
People are changing now, and we want to see betterment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula. All right, so again, the sister mentioned something. This should be a little Dubai. But I want to change that name to a little country, do or die. Okay? That should be our name, because I tell you something, do or die instead of Dubai. Because I tell you all something, my friends, when we look at the political scenario in our country today, right, and it is going to continue, because when it comes to opposition, and I'm not an attacker, I'm just going to mention to you all, when the opposition is there in opposition, those 18 members of parliament, they are benefiting from the stipends and from the booty of the government of the day. Those people who are councillors and mayors and chairmen of corporation and aldermen and alderwomen, and they are benefiting from the perks and the benefits of this government. Okay? Now here it is. I brought it up last week, and I want to ask that question over and over and over. Right? You are selecting candidates. Who are the people doing screening for the local government election, and who are the people doing screening for the general election? And I brought it up. You look at all constituency executive, and I'm going to do a research. I am going to do a research and show you hard facts, what is taking place. All constituency executive in the olden days, they had no councillors. It had vociferous activists in the community, and they would have selected who they want to represent that individual or the burgesses of that community. Similarly, my friends, the same thing would have been when it comes to the general election. But when you look at the components of those people who are selecting, how can MPs select MPs and be just and fair? How can, my friends, how can councillors be on the executive, constituency executive, and the first people who are to be screened would have been whom? The constituency executive, and those are the ones who would make recommendation for the relevant councillors of the area who are user-friendly to those people. That is the reason why we are in this country. That is the reason why, my friends, we are going to remain in opposition because of that. Because of you not allowing the citizens of this country to make proper decision when it comes to selection of candidates, number one, for MP and also for councillors. Prem, go ahead.
Imam, talk in Shopmanas West is, if the same councillors are chosen, people are not going to vote. And if they do, not be voting for the United National Congress. Because these councillors have failed the burgesses.
I beg to differ a bit, I beg to differ a little bit, because I know, in the sense of, yes, but what I'm saying, I want to give Jackie Jacket and Jimmy Jim Boots, right? I want to tell you something, they are hard-working councillors who are trying. But I tell you something, when they make one footstep forward, they are pushed back, maybe 2 footsteps behind, and that's the reason why their works cannot be, highlighted properly. Okay? There are some people, again, in the other hand, who are famous because of TikTok, and because of Facebook, and because of the subscription, and because of the cartel friends, and all these things.
You mean the modelers?
Exactly. So my friends, again, we're going to take a short break, and those of you who are locked on, I want you all to call the station 740-3347, and I want to just give you some guidelines. Number one, our program is not on my line, because we speak in here, and we are not calling anybody by name. We are speaking about positions that they are holding. We have to respect the individual rights and so forth. We are asking you, please, if you call, do not call people by, nicknames and names that will malign their character and all these things, because, again, other talk shows are doing that. We are not going to call people, this kind of derogative names. So
we deal with their performance.
We deal with performance, and we deal with hard facts. If Dr. Keith Rowley, I tell you something, if Dr. Keith Rowley could just, step down a bit from the podium, and try to move around in those other seats, instead of remaining in his 21 seats that he have won thus far, going in Tobago and doing his golfing, and that's his 2 seat there, and then the other 19 seats in Trinidad are well taken care of, because I tell you something, they have the ability to give a chicken every Sunday to everybody and all these things. If you understand what I'm saying, they can give, paint, and they can give hampers, and they can give everything, because they are the ones who hands are in the cookie jar, right? But again, if Dr. Keith Rowley would come down and meet the people in the other constituencies and let the people know that he is not the prime minister for only 21 constituency or 22. He is the prime minister of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and I am asking him to come down and meet people. You have the police service, you have the army. Call meetings and let people discuss with you, not only in a private area where a certain individual will sit in a big chair and say we raise the price of fuel here and we raise the price of gas here and we're going to continue raising it. No, my friends, go down and meet the people. Meet John Public outside there and feel the passion. Don't only drive in the east-west corridor and on the highways. Drive in the other areas, the local areas where people traverse on a daily basis, where they are suffering. They don't have blue lights. They don't have Mercedes-Benz, and they don't have those high-end vehicles. Go where those people are. That is what I'm asking Dr. Keith Rowley, and I want to be most respectful to Dr. Keith Rowley here today. I'm not.
Yes, for he's the Prime Minister of the Republic.
Yeah, but all I am asking, and if the case may be, and he wants assistance from us to go and meet the people in the central arena, you have Imam Rasheed Karim activists, you have Premchand Baliu activists, and you have over 20 activists that is going to line up the back of our studio in the very near future. We could start a political party, but what sense does it make? Because you and I know in this country, tribalism and politics is one thing. Certain people would vote here, and the other people would vote here. They don't care one thing that is taking place. You could live, you could die, it doesn't matter to them once they get their fair share of the meat. All right? So we're going to take this break, my friends, and when we come back, you can call us 740-3347 is the number. Please do call us and share your thoughts. You can talk about the third parties and the fourth parties and the fifth elements. You can talk about those things. But again, our issue is why it is that high-powered people, when we look at Obika, when we look at those persons, they are defecting the party, something is wrong. Number one, it could be what? It could be, and I just make an assumption here, I could be 100% wrong. Yes. They are thinking that the leadership is not good. They are thinking maybe discrimination is there. They are thinking about, stagnation in the party.
They are not being heard.
And they are just like the first caller who called when he said the police service in Trinidad and Tobago is bigger than Bollywood. Why? Because we have the most people acting. All right, so we're going to take this break, and when we come back, you call us, my friends.
So welcome back to Sentinel Media Broadcasting. You are viewing the program Hardfacts Live with Imam Rasheed, Karim, the CEO of this station, and I am the co-host, Premchan Baldev. Welcome once again. Imam, we were speaking about leadership a while ago, okay? What are some of the qualities of a good leader? Okay, let me delve a little bit into that.
Go ahead.
Some of the qualities of a good leader. One, the person must have knowledge of the job.
Correct.
Supreme knowledge of the job, because you're speaking about a good leader.
Correct.
Okay? From all aspects. Secondly, the person must be able to work with others. Whatever race, whatever religion, listen to others. Give people a hearing. Okay? And act upon the advice of others. Do not allow yourself to be controlled or to be circled by a few of your well-wishers only. Alright? And thirdly, that leader must be able to get the job done to the satisfaction of the employer here are the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Right?
Very good advice coming from,
Yes.
from my lecturer friend, Premchan Baldev. Again, I know for a fact that many of you who are locked on, you might have some interaction with Prem. Maybe you have had some interaction with myself. But again, my friends, those of you who are locked on, feel free to call us. The number is 740-3347. Let's discuss issues. You have an opportunity. As I said before, we are not here to malign the character of none, because when we look at our own selves, we might be worse than them. All right? So we don't want to play white and you know, and we consider the people black. And then again, we are worse than them. So our program is not like that. If Dr. Keith Rowley, our Honorable Prime Minister, is doing things that is correct and good, I am going to rate him up and I'm going to big him up.
Yes.
Not for anything like other people.
No.
I want this and I want that. I know going on that road. No. You as an individual know for a fact that last week, 2 weeks ago, we saw on the headlines of all our national newspapers in Trinidad and Tobago. If I am wrong, please call me and correct me. Approximately $200 million. How much dollars? Approximately $200 million is going to be spent for historical work done on the stadium and to restore certain elements of the both stadiums, I believe. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I want people of Trinidad and Tobago, and I want those persons who are locked on in India, in Pakistan, in Switzerland, in Holland, and I want you all to know that this is Trinidad and Tobago, where we have democracy, where people are elected via a democratic system. And when they go there, it seems as though that they feel that the wealth or the booty of this country belongs to them and their families wholly. And that is something that we're going to deal with today. We're going to talk about that in our program, and I'm going to continue, let people know in the Caribbean islands what is taking place in our country, Trinidad and Tobago. Right? I want to tell you all something. $200 million is going to be used for restorative work on the stadium and so forth. Right? Director, I want you to pull up a video for me where I think it is in Penal. Where farmers, I want to tell you, people who are bringing food to your mouth, watch this road, my friends.
Yes, good afternoon.
Look at this road. Look at the deplorable condition of this road. And that is the good part. And if you look at it, it seems as though that road was prepared recently.
Yes, I see the white line on the side.
And it clearly indicates that those people who are signing off on jobs, my friends, it seems as though they are doing shoddy work, number one, and they are not looking and screening properly. I remember this. One fella recently, maybe about 2 years back, he had gotten a contract to do a box drain, right? And that is a small contractor. And that person got this work, maybe it would have been his first job. And the amount of treks that individual had to go, right, to see how he can collect and recuperate his monies would have been endless. And they would have checked everything. They would have checked the thickness of the BRC. They would have checked how far the steel was placed.
A fine teeth comb is the
Yes,
past.
basically, as you say, a fine teeth comb was for that
Before
individual. And I have seen in the close proximity of other places, people who have done box drain, right? And I have seen that with my eyes, but again, who am I going to tell? Because when you tell people in authority, they are the very set culprits who are going to tell people that Imam Rasheed Karim, Premchand Baldev is the culprits who are spreading your name bad.
Propaganda.
So, yes.
Bad
So
yes.
who it is going to really and truly protect those people who are trying to assist? You know what they were doing? They were taking the cement bag and they were filling it in the brick hole. Right? And they were blocking the brick hole, and just the top of it, maybe about 6 to 8 inches,
Concrete.
they filled the concrete.
Yeah.
And I saw that. And I took it out. And I went and I told a certain person. And lo and behold, the contractor called me. He said, Imam, you're trying to make problem for me out. You're trying to make problem. Me back down. Eh? I said, brother man, if you know where it's good, I will take a hammer. And I will take a hammer and I will go and bust that brick. All the bricks under the 8 inches. And I will show John public that the job that you are doing is a very shoddy job. Lo and behold, he talk, and he said he's going to inspect it. He said, pretend that he didn't know.
Yes, yes.
He pretended to me that he didn't know, and he went back there, and they corrected that work. This is what is happening in our country, my dear friends. When we look at people who are supposed to be signing off on those jobs, right, it's because of, you know what, I don't want to use the word here, because first thing, libel and lawsuit. Right, so my friends, again, as we continue, if the Prime Minister of the country would take maybe 20 million of those dollars, right, and pass it on to those areas, you could inspect that. Dr. Rowley, I mean, he's not old. Dr. Rowley is not old. He's youthful. He plays golf regularly. And he's very youthful. When I look at him, he's a youthful man.
Highly energetic individual.
Right? So
yes.
I think that, you know, he could jump on his vehicle, maybe if he need protection, but I don't think he need protection. Jump on his vehicle and take a drive down in the rural areas and talk to the farmers.
Meet the people.
Meet the people. Let's take a caller. We have a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead. Caller?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am a sign voter, and presently
Raise the volume.
no viable solution is available for me and any.
I think the caller was pledging support to the program.
Yeah.
Maybe the caller could call us back, please, because you got cut off. Okay, the caller, it seems as though his phone is on and he got cut off, the call dropped. All right, as we continue, caller, you can call us back, and feel free, those of you who are locked on, 7403347. Prem, I want you to come into this conversation. Right, I want you to come into this conversation. I mean, a man of your caliber, in the sense that you are dealing with a lot of people when it comes to the Hindu faith, and you are lecturing in different aspects of the Hindu faith and so forth. I want to ask this question. Do you think that people who go up as political leaders, as councillors, as mayors, right, are they living in a fantasy world?
Imam, it seems as though once they get into that field, that chair that they occupy has some magical spell.
They enter a fantasy world.
Into a fantasy world. Now listen to me, Imam, right? Politics is about serving people. Serving people, right? Not serving yourself or your friends and family and your financiers. You cannot be elected there and you come in with all ideas.
You're making me laugh.
You come in with all ideas. You have nothing more to offer. Okay? What has happened to Kamala Mania? Just 8 years ago, what has happened to Kamala Mania?
I tell you something, there's going to be mass, when I say mass, I'm talking about mass defection.
You know?
Right? Simply because same politics, if you use that same strategy, oh God, let us be real. You people have degrees. You went to the university, you studied abroad, right? And you are seeing the castle crumbling down.
Yes.
Right? And you want to take bamboo and prop it up?
Prop it up, yeah.
Hey, that's old time, long grandmother, grandfather days.
Yeah. You cannot come with the same old ideas.
You can't take plaster to do stitches again.
You remember these statements? Now, I'm not maligning anybody in public domain. Hold my hand. Take my hand. I will lead you to the promised land. What has happened to all those things?
I tell you
Whereas
something.
on the other side, Dr. Rowley is saying, the people are trying to make us stupid.
Yeah.
And they still vote him. Right? He's elected. He's a strong leader. Very, very strong leader.
Not that.
Okay?
I'll tell you something. Not that. He have other things. He have a strong machinery.
That is where leadership also comes in.
That is backing him up. Because I'll tell you something. A lot of conversation takes place. They don't have meetings where duck and dalpuri
Raman roti
and all these things,
yeah.
Right? All those things are the feast of the day and the highlight of the day. No, when you go to screen people, I asked this one question, and I remember getting rebuked when I said, "You want to, Imam? We will go home in the morning because of you." I asking simple questions. I asking questions like this. How much recreation ground? How much cemetery? Right? How many schools? I am asking questions that the councillor, you going up to represent a Burgess.
Yeah.
And you don't know where the cemetery is. You don't know how much mosque it have. And those kind of simple questions. I could tell you something, my friend. Those of you who are locked on here, it have 27 pothole in Felicity that needs to be repaired at this present time.
How much?
27.
Imam, you went and checked.
I went and count every pothole. It have 15 pothole in Greenwich Road. That when I go into mosque on mornings, I just do the merengue. I just had a dance with my vehicle. Go so. Friday, he could buy, tell them that. I say, all you don't come to mosque. All you don't come here to mosque. All you have seen what's going on. We have to stand up. We have to come out and let people know what's going on. This is utter madness.
Does the mayor know of those potholes? Does the councillors know about
You know what?
it? Do they come in these areas?
And the hard part about it.
Do they come in these
the
areas?
hard part about it. You know, people will get angry at me, because I tell you something. Everybody have supporters, and everybody benefit from everybody. That's the law, right? The friend of my friend is my enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
That is the law of the day. But here it is. I am being real, right? I am being real. All I am saying to you, right? They have paved road, and I have evidence for it. They have paved road that 5 vehicles pass during the whole day. Prim, I want to do that statistic with you. I'll buy lunch for you. And we go and sit down, and that road that was paved, I want to see how much car passed through day. Right? That's one.
I will take you up on that.
And I will buy lunch and everything. I'll come and check you and sit down and we'll talk. Right? That's number one. Number two, and the road that is bad, it have Chinmaya. Greenwich Road, Dr. Keith Rowley, Mr. Rohan Sinanan, and those persons who are ministers in the present government, people are crying out for your help. You are not only Prime Minister for 21 constituencies. You are my Prime Minister. And I want to see you down in Felicity here. Come and see what is going on. Come and see the oppression that is taking place. When you stand up for your rights, people take you for what? Granted, number one, and they oppress you. They attack you. That is what is happening. We are here. I am calling on my Prime Minister. I am calling on my opposition leader. You are in control still. You control the Shogunas Borough Corporation. We have been, and I know for a fact that you are listening to me. You know fully Akora what I'm speaking about. The Shogunas Borough are not doing anything for people and residents of Felicity. It's only friends and family getting work done in front of their homes, box drains in front of their homes, and poor people who do not have any element of contact. Any big papi in office, they suffer. They go through the mill and the hardship in this country. I'm sorry to be like this today, but I'm telling you, my friends, we have to stand up. I am willing to stand up with you. And I will tell you all something. Please, do not call the station and give me any compliment. Compliment Prim. Don't compliment me. I don't want to compliment. What I'm saying, I really and truly, I don't need compliment. Because I want to stand on the day of judgment. When I stand before the Creator, I had to pay for my sins. And God will give me what I deserve. Right? So the point here, my friends, those of you who are locked on, 740-3347, call us. There's a lot of things. A lot of things is happening. A lot of things, like, one person told me today, and this might be a thing that you're laughing at. I take it to the heart, in the sense that I really and truly wanted to understand what the guy was saying. So he told me, Happy Father's Day, Imam. Right? I said, thank you very much. Same to you. Happy Father's Day to you. So the guy watched me and said, you know what the guy said? But Imam, it had no Father's Day. It had 2 Mother's Day. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, boy, I just had to buy my own gift. So I told my wife, and this is how women is, I told my wife, I say, you know what a fella tell me in the hardware here today? He said that it don't have any Father's Day. It only have Mother's Day, because fathers is buy Mother's Day gift, and he does have to buy his own gift. So I say, okay, so hear what my wife told me. She said, hey, so it have a woman working. It don't have a woman working. So when this man go to work, and I had to take care of the children, and I had to cook the food and wash the clothes and so forth, I'm an engineer, domestic engineer. The monies that he gave me is like a salary for me. So if I choose to use $5, $10, $500, $5,000 to buy a gift for him, it's coming from me. So the guy who told me that, boy, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it have a Father's Day and it have a Mother's Day. So happy Father's Day to everybody. May God Almighty bless you. Pray.
But then, Imam, they are single parent fathers.
Yeah.
Right? So they are father and mother.
Exactly.
So in this program today, Hardfacts, we want to say hats off, compliments, kudos to those single fathers who are also mothers in society.
And single mothers
And
too.
single mothers who are
Vice
all-
versa.
yeah, and vice
Because
versa.
basically, I'll tell you something. Basically, there are some homes where the father is both mother and father.
Yeah.
And there are some homes
Where
that the
mother
mother is
is
both
both
mother and father. So give Jackie jacket. Let me be real here. This is Hard Facts, your program. This is your program where you can call us, help us, moderate with us, talk to us, give us, a little clue what is going on. But again, we have to understand this. Dr. Keith Rowley, with respect to you, sir, with highest regards to you, you have to do a little better. Okay? You have to do a little better. If you look at the history of this country, we had oil. We had sugar. We had citrus and cocoa. We had rice famine. We had famine. Now tell us something.
We had a thriving
Tourism.
dairy industry.
And we had a beautiful tourism industry.
Yes, and
Now,
actually-
what happens in this country? Do you all know? I was coming from England. I want to be real here. I was coming from England and I was really tired. Me and 4 brothers, we went abroad and we were coming back. And I tell you something, when we enter Heathrow and we enter the plane and we sat in the plane and we look at the crowd that was inside that plane, it seems as though we might be the only set of people who was non-tourists, right? We might be the only 4 local people on that plane coming down. We didn't have room to even use the facilities because that was being used and all these things by constant movement of those people who are tourists. Lo and behold, when we reached, I think it was Grenada. When we docked down in Grenada airport there, our plane landed. You don't look at it when we spin around and I look around, so it's only 4 people in the plane to come to Trinidad.
That's you and the 3 other brothers.
Yeah, myself and 3 people alone was in the plane. So that little 25 minutes, 30 minutes from there to Trinidad, I had the opportunity to spread out like I was first class.
First class.
And I relaxed myself and I say, look at it. Now, what I'm saying here today is that those people who came as tourists, they never came to Trinidad.
That's it.
They drop off in Grenada
And
and
other
other countries. So my friends, it is not too late. It is not too late. It is not too late. I know for a fact that some work has been done in Tobago where grants was given to hoteliers and guest house and all those people. They got 50,000 according to the rooms and occupancies. They got 100,000, 250,000. In the bigger hotel, they got bigger monies, right? Now, that was done for tourism in Tobago. What happened with Trinidad? Right?
Trinidad tourism industry has grounded to zero. We don't have a tourism industry here anymore.
But why it is so? Why can't we revive it? Why can't we? Why we can't unite and revive it?
Travel advisory, right? Embassies have advised their countries, their people, Trinidad is a high-risk country to come as a tourist, as a visitor, as a business person. That is the key element, right, in crippling the tourist industry in this country.
So as you are saying, Prem, and the listeners outside there, they are listening to what we are saying here. I'm sure that there are people listening to us, whether it's 100, whether it's 200, whether it's 500, whether it's 1,000. Because I tell you something, on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, when you add it up, it's going to be a lot of people listening to us. I don't really want 1 million people to listen to us. I would prefer, 25 good people listen to us. When I say good people, I mean people who really want changes in this country and stand up for what is right. That's all I'm concerned with. Because I'm not here, I can't change the world. As I said in my last program, I said this, the big fire, when the hummingbird took its beak of water and went back to the fire, the other big animals were laughing.
Yes.
And they say you can't do anything. I want to be like that hummingbird. When I stand before the Creator on the day of judgment, I want to say, Lord, I try. Right? Not everybody would like you, Prem. Not everybody would like you, because automatically when you start talking out, you're going to get enemies, you're going to get haters, you're going to get people who love you, you're going to get people who care for you, and you're going to get people who just want to benefit from you. Right? So these are the category of people that is going to run to you. I am saying to all those new political entities, be mindful of those things. Not every smile and every laugh is I love you.
Imam, I was talking to some people in Aruka this morning. Okay?
Yeah.
And this talk about Hardfacts program came about. They mentioned Imam Rasheed name and whatnot. One of the guys from America who was there said, but I know you from Hardfacts. I said, yeah, I'm the person, yes. One or two guys from Aruka was saying that in that east-west corridor, if 50% or 60% of the voters don't go out and vote, the PNM is still going to win. You know why? There are no UNC supporters there. Minimum. And that is something that we should look at deeply. What is the United National Congress doing, offering, all right, in terms of policies to woo or to attract voters and supporters to the United National Congress? What?
I mentioned that already in program.
The political leader in 2020 offered 50,000 jobs, right? No one buy into that. That failed. You can't come back with them old ideas in 2023. Okay? As the caller was saying, the guy was speaking about the police service. People have been promoted. 10 years you acted in a position, you have been promoted. Were you trained in leadership? Were you trained in modern day policing?
You're not trained in the portfolio of what your job specs is asking you to do.
So that individual who was promoted after 10 years acting in Hollywood in that position is going to repeat the same training he had by just acting. And the world, the politics is moving at a very fast rate and pace.
Exactly. Karim, let me tell you something. My responsibility here, and I'll tell you something, I had a team of people that was close to me, and we did work in the 6 marginal seats. Right? We work with the MPs in the 6 marginal seats. If you all don't know what is marginal, I'll tell you something. Marginal seats are those seats that really and truly is where the elections are won. Okay? That is what is classified as marginal seat, where the swing anywhere. Right. Now, we were working there, right? And I'll tell you something. I work in areas like Maloney and all those areas. Walk, move around, met with people. And again, people pledge support, okay? There was big flooding at certain areas, and people were really and truly given lavish gifts and all these things, Prim. And lo and behold, on the day of question, they went back and they vote. They went back and they vote for the PNM. Now it clearly indicates that those people are not satisfied. They are not satisfied with what the United National Congress is willing to put out for them. I'll tell you something again, I've seen this. When we were in Tunapuna, right? And that was, I think was a Sunday, right? From Tunapuna UNC office, straight onto Tagarigua, down by the orphanage.
That's a lot of work, you know.
Right? I tell you something. No vehicle could not have passed. The whole place was like a carnival Monday, right? And you could have sworn, those of you who were with me there, hey, we have this seat in bag.
Yeah.
You could have sworn that we have this seat in bag, and lo and behold, my friends, when election bell and election day came, the result was different. Now, I could have given examples for all those things. When it comes to Moruga Tableland by Gypsy and Benjamin, right? A lot of work was done there. 11 days. My team went in there.
What was your portfolio in the UNC at that time? Because, I mean, these are high-profile things you're speaking about, you know.
Boy, I tell you something.
You're speaking about wooing voters, you know.
I am.
You see this finger?
Yeah.
This is where the power is, you know.
A man stopped me, Prem. A man stopped me. When I went up as the councillor for this area, right? I went up with the councillor and I won my deposit, right? I won my deposit. Okay, Director, I know we just have a couple of minutes more, right? But I'll tell you something. You know, when I was driving, the fellow raised his hand, so he said, Imam, I want you to cut off this finger. Right? He told me this, and there's no lighting. I'll be real here, and this is hard facts, me making up nothing. The man stopped me in the road. Imam, I want you to cut off this finger. I said, what are you telling me, boy?
Literally speaking.
Yeah, he telling me, he want me to cut off his finger. I said, what are you telling me? He said, boy, I didn't really vote for you, you know. I said, why, boy, you tell me you're voting for me? He said, boy, let me tell you something, I got 3 loads of material to fix my road, and I had to vote. But I come to tell you that, and you know what I tell you, brother? I said, brother, man, I'm happy for you. If all the people in the village who did vote for me could get 3 loads of material, I didn't want no vote.
Votes. Well,
that is what I said.
Yes.
If every single,
you are a people's person,
it's 697 votes I got, right, which is more than 1/3. If those 697 people who live in areas that have volcanoes as their pathway to home, and they would have gotten 3 loads of material, Lord, I tell you this here in this program.
You don't need to win.
I don't need to win. I
Yes.
don't need to even be in politics.
You will lose.
Right?
You will lose being a happy man.
Exactly.
Yes.
So again, my friends, those of you who are locked on, I do hope and pray again that you would continuously keep yourself locked on to our program. This is a program that we're going to continuously lobby for the rights of the citizens of this country. And as I said before, we are not looking for no medals, no trophy. We don't even looking for your sponsorship. You want to sponsor, feel free to sponsor. But again, we're not asking, because I'll tell you something, because I'll tell you this, you might come here and you give us a sponsor, okay? And we take that sponsor, and a week after we realize that what you're doing is not right, right? Where's that? We gotta pull the ad, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. But again, that would have been something that you would retaliate and say, when all our money, because I hear this happening,
Yes.
when all want help, we give all you, and now all in supporting. My friends, those of you who are locked on, this program, Hardfacts, is here to remain. We are here just like the Parliament building at the back of us. We are here standing strong, and we are here to move this country. We are not asking you, I'm not going to tell you to vote UNC or PNM. I'm not going to go that way. I realize people have their own mind. If you are happy, this is my concluding remarks. Prem, and then you will take over and conclude, and then I will close off the show, right?
Yes.
Now, those of you who are happy and you love what the PNM is doing,
You remain happy.
you vote for them.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't ask you to do anything other than that. And if you are happy being in opposition, continue voting the United National Congress. I'm happy for you. But if you want changes, there are means and ways that you can stand up. Because hear what? If you know for a fact, listen carefully what I'm saying. You have councillors in your different burgesses, and they have not been performing. And the party shoved those candidates in your face, in your mouth,
Yes.
and they say, look, these very said candidates going to go there. It clearly indicates that they don't care about you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. They don't care about the citizenry of this country, and they don't care a damn whether they go in opposition or they remain they go in government or opposition. Think about what I'm saying. This is real talk. This is hard facts here. If the same people who are not performing are given back the same mandate again, that's my councillor, vote for my councillor so-and-so, vote for this person, I want him to be the mayor, I want him to be this, I that the next, and go ahead and do the same thing again. I tell you something, the ball is in your court. You vote for them. But don't come and say, well, what we going to do, we have to support the party. You supporting the party not supporting you. Think about it. Because if they're supporting you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, they would listen to your voice.
Yes, well said, Imam.
They would listen
Well
to your
said,
voice.
yes.
Prem, take over.
So, as Imam was saying, we are not here to highlight or to support any political party. We are here in Hardfacts for good governance. Am I right, Imam?
Yeah.
We are here for good governance. Anybody who can take up that mantle of governing this country and charting a course for our we here and our next generation with prosperity, with success, with safety and security for our people, we support that. Okay? For our callers, we want to say a special thank you for calling. Imam, we had brilliant callers today.
Yeah.
Right? We want to say thank you for
Trust that
calling.
we're going to continue.
And we trust that you all will continue calling. For our viewers, we thank you for your support. And we are almost reaching the end of the program. So, as I would normally say, may you be safe. May your family be safe. May your home be filled with prosperity. May you always have food to eat. May you have a shelter. And be vigilant. Imam, over to you.
Okay, so thank you, Prem. And again, I want to take this opportunity to say a special hats off to all our good fathers outside there who are shouldering the responsibilities of their families, and also to the good mothers who are shouldering the responsibility of fathers. Before I close, I want to make a clarion call. Dr. Keith Rowley. Dr. Keith Rowley, please listen to us. Number one. Mr. Rohan Sinanan, please listen to us. I have a small solution that could give some remedial comfort to the citizens of this country. I brought it up 7 years ago, and I'm going to bring it up again. Right? Please, you spend maybe 20 of those millions that you're going to spend on stadiums. You purchase material right now, aggregate is cheap. Right? Because the construction industry is flat out unless the government do some big contract. The private sector, those of you who are in business, you would realize, you are realizing now that sales are slow simply because people who have money is number one, and people have not having the opportunity, and people have lost hope.
Yes.
They are hopeless right now. So people ain't care nothing because why we building? I build in a house, and when I die, my children had to pay 25% inheritance tax. When I build this house, you know, I had to pay VAT. I had to pay all these taxes, and then I had to go and pay now, on top of that, I had to go and pay property tax.
Yes.
And what for? So that people could buy Mustang, people could buy big brand name vehicles, you understand? Big Porsche.
Duty free.
You understand? And they can live it up.
Yes.
And you, as the citizen of this country, you get a piece of chicken once a week. And people are choosing what type of chicken to eat, what type of lamb to eat.
Imam, others are telling you what to eat.
Exactly.
You can't eat macaroni.
So I want to make
Yes.
a suggestion to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And this suggestion is a very simple. You don't have to be a graduate from the United. You don't have to be a graduate from
rocket scientist.
a rocket scientist or anything as that. You don't have to be somebody graduated from the university. All I am saying to you, Mr. Prime Minister and Mr. Rohan Sinanan, find about 5 or 6 locations in this country and put in maybe 500-600 loads of dirt or material that could be used to patch hole instead of people using coconut and branches and all kind of mad thing that they're picking up, stone and broken bricks and all these things. Give people the material. Let people sign off on it. Let them identify the project via documentation. Look, we have, as I say, Felicity have 27 potholes. Give us the material and we are going to patch it for you. We're going to snap it, put it on a poster for you, and we're going to send it back to your agents so that you would know that we didn't take the material and put it in our own private property. We are asking to do this for you, and we are suggesting people, they're suffering because they can't afford to buy food, clothes, pay the utility bills, and now go and take money from the pocket to buy a load of material to put. No, that's craziness. So Dr. Keith Rowley, Mr. Rohan Sinanan, let the country, let the nation, let the people assist you. The borough is supposed to do that, but every time you go by the borough,
They don't have
and
material.
you ask them, hey, give me a 2 load of material, or give me this, or give me a yard of material, we don't have. But you know something? Loads and loads and loads of material are moving out every day. Where it going, I don't know. I don't know if they're fixing the moon. I don't know if they're fixing the craters in the moon. Hey, other people, it have craters in the ground here in the earth. Right?
This
Start fixing
is
it.
our world.
This is
Let
our
us make
world.
it a better place.
So, my friends,
Yes.
again, I want to say hats off and thank you to all our callers. I want to say hats off and thank you to our producer. And Premchan, again, we're going to do this continuously as long as God Almighty give us health and strength. We're going to continue our programming. This is a policing program, eh?
Yes, it is.
And we're going to continue. And I want to say, you want to close?
Yeah, I want to say something, Imam.
Right.
Before you close,
Yeah.
you will do the closing remarks, right? The law of karma,
Yeah.
cause and effect, action and reaction. What you sow, that you shall reap.
Correct.
Is ever vigilant. It never sleeps. To our politicians who are there, who have been elected by the people in office to serve, the law of karma is watching. The law of karma is taking records. You will be held responsible.
It seems as though, as we close, Prem, many people would not realize this, eh? But there's many verses from the different revealed books, the Holy Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita. There's so many different verses that tells you that when the curtain is drawn and you see the reality of the next world, you're going to beg God, please send me back. Lord, send me back. And there's not going to be no send back, because let me tell you something. When you came out of your mother's womb, you can't go back. You're not going to go back there.
Yes.
So when you live in this world, you have to prepare yourself for the next journey ahead of us by doing, and the currency of the next world is your good deeds, your good actions, right? How much people you help, how much people you can care for. And this is the thing, you have to be selfless in your dealings.
It's not your bank account.
Exactly.
It's not your name, fame, honor, and the position you held.
Okay, so
Yes.
again, my friend, myself and Prem, I tell you something. We are men of the cloth. We could continue like this on and on and on and on, just like the Energizer Bunny. Okay, so I want to thank you all. Hats off to you, especially to all the fathers again. Special hats off and special Father's Day to Dr. Keith Rowley
Yes.
and all those people who are fathers outside there. Special Father's Day greetings to you all. I want to say special thank you to all those persons who are contributing to our program. May God Almighty accept your offerings and your support. And we ask God Almighty to grant our country some sort of peace, some sort of tranquility when it comes to crime, when it comes to infrastructure, disasters, and so many things. I want to ask God Almighty to bless each and every one. So until
Imam, Monday, so are we on Monday?
yeah, we are on Monday. Monday I will enjoy Monday.
Yes.
I will enjoy Monday. Monday is a holiday, so I want to invite you all to come and join with us. Those of you who would like to come in studio and sit with us,
And view
with us
yes.
and witness with us, feel free, just give us a call, 740-3347. You can come in studio and we can sit, we can have a little panchayat, a little talk, a little discussion, a little mashura, where we can discuss our way forward in helping those people in authority. Because you're going to attack them, and that is not doing anything.
So, Adavars, Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you very much. So may God Almighty keep us safe and our families. God bless our nation.